Hello, everyone. My name is James Durham. I am a TBI survivor and the president and founder of the TBI One Love organization. The organization is what I'll start off with first telling about. TBI One Love spreads a positive form of hope, inspiration, education, and of course, awareness and prevention to the general public, upcoming doctors, nurses, current as also, and including anyone that has been affected by a brain injury. With that organization, it is having a widespread outreach both nationally and internationally, helping individuals of survivors, caregivers, friends, etc. know that they are not alone and learning different styles of brain injuries that were sustained, different support methods, and different angles to really help calm the trauma and benefit both ourselves, others, mentally, emotionally, and of course physically as well. Since every survivor story is different and we are each one of a kind, but together we are working together to paint the world green and end the silence of this epidemic. Now, let me introduce myself. Like I stated, my name is James Durham and I'm a TBI survivor. In September of 2011, I was involved in a very bad car versus motorcycle accident. Of course, I was on the motorcycle, and don't worry, I was wearing a helmet. And that helmet is luckily what helped save my life. From this accident, I was on the way home about almost a mile from my home. It was at 9:30 at night and I was going over an overpass. But unfortunately, the driver coming my way read the signal wrong and we met underneath a light, and unfortunately that's where the whole road started to change differently. But like I stated, having a helmet is what really made a huge difference. So I keep mentioning the helmet and that word because unfortunately, to a lot of individuals, including adults, it's a foreign language. We need to understand that no matter what we do, where we go, and how our age bracket is, young, middle, or older, a helmet is always required and makes a huge difference, even though it doesn't fully protect our brain. But the outcome has a huge difference percentage if you're wearing a helmet or not. It doesn't matter if you're going down the road on a bicycle, motorized vehicle, scooter, etc. If you have the availability to wear one, do yourself a favor and helmet your brain to help avoid the pain. During my recovery after sustaining my severe traumatic brain injury that night of September 22nd, 2011, I learned how to redo everything like any survivor does. I was similar to an infant. Mine was in San Antonio, Texas at the University Health System in San Antonio. Then I got transferred for the second phase to TIER Memorial Hermann. For those listeners that are unaware of TIER, TIER is the number 1 in the state of Texas, number 3 in the United States for brain and spine. That is where Senator Gabby Gifford went when she got shot and sustained her TBI. After going there, I came back home to really learn how to be myself again in a style, learn how to drive. And don't worry, I didn't just get behind the wheel. I had to go to certain classes with doctor's approval and a doctor in the car to prove that I knew how to hand-eye coordination having a brain injury. But after doing that and attending Center for Neuro Skills, CNS for short, I really had the privilege again to rewire my brain, learn how to do different things, and really re-enhance the neurological pathways that were still there but just needed a little guidance, if you will. And that's when I thought of the idea to start my foundation, TBI One Love. Because as you know, and I know every survivor and also caregiver, family, and even friends that are tuning into this phenomenal impact that Team Loop for Mind does, the only way, unfortunately, for the past decades to learn about a brain injury is to sustain one. And after I did that, I think it was time, not I think, let me rephrase it, I knew, thinking and knowing are two different things. I knew that it was time to really end the silence and promote education, again, not only to the general public, of course, but those that have been sustained and those that are going in that field of nursing, because nursing is a huge impact to our recovery status, and nurses really don't get enough credit that they deserve. Of course, there's doctors which do a phenomenal job and get their credit, but nurses are a huge piece of that. So it's very important to keep a huge relationship with our doctors and nurses even after we are dismissed. And here's an interesting fact that my doctors, who I still talk with from University Hospital and Tier Memorial Hermann, shared with me that only 5%, that's right, 5% of all doctor and nurses patients ever keep in contact with them. Because, of course, they have a life change and they have their own busy schedule, but even via email, text, a phone call, whatever, they said it is extremely rare and they wish there was something that could be held up stronger to keep their relationship status, not in the form of concern, but in the form just to see how their family and them are doing because they care. So if you have the opportunity to even call your hospital, who your doctor was, leave them a voicemail. Not saying you have to do it, consistently, just whenever you want. It's going to make a difference in their life and day, just like how they stood and still want to continue that difference they made in your life. If you would like to learn more about me, you can visit tbiOneLove.org. Also, all of our survivors out here that are tuning in, I would love for you to join our team of inspiration, which is nationally and internationally survivors, families, and caregivers that are really spreading this positive form to help end the silence and make a new future, not only for us survivors, but most importantly, the youth. So if you would like to join our family and just get some more inspiration, like I mentioned before, please visit tbiOneLove.org. And the best decision you can do is continue working with Team Luke, because it is really unbelievable the difference making they are making on a daily basis in sharing a positive form also of hope and education, that anything is doable. Just because you have a brain injury doesn't mean that you can't do things. Instead of having a disability, we have the ability to enhance others, to motivate them to never give up, to protect their brain, and most importantly, to love the life they live to the fullest, because in a second, that can change. I want to thank you guys at Team Luke for not only getting involved with TBI One Love and helping us work together to make lives better, but also personally, from my heart to yours, from allowing us to build such a long relationship, being in the great state of Texas and having the ability to learn from you, being in my life, and also the privilege of calling you my friend. Thank you, Team Luke, and especially Luke, the survivor himself, for such an honorable lifelong gift. I highly recommend, once again, all of our listeners to get more involved with Team Luke. Stay tuned with their continuous impact that is changing lives to the fullest. And also, please check out tbiOneLove.org. If you have any questions, want to know how we can assist you, and this goes for also how Team Luke can assist you with anything for education, motivation, inspiration, and also how to calm trauma and educate others on the power of the mind and the importance of brain safety and brain health, please contact us on all forms of social media and by visiting tbiOneLove.org. Thanks again for this opportunity. I hope you all are having a phenomenal day, start to the fall weather that's slowly appearing, and the privilege of learning more. One love.